Hello everyone, welcome back to Lab4crypto. Many people asked me to make this video today and touch on the recent article that I wrote, which it was before the crash that we have in the market today. And actually, I even said when I was anticipating the crash, as you can see here, was around December 11th, and actually the crash came on the 10th of December. So I'm gonna explain the blog with you and help you understand my thought process when I'm making moves in the market so that I will be able to help you start thinking in a more quant way on your moves and do not blindly listen to anyone. See the data, understand them, and make your next move. If you like the content of this video, please give us a thumbs up and leave a comment as that helps us a lot to grow. So let's dig to this article. Basically, the title of the article was Bitcoin and Crypto Market Outlook for December 2024. First, you will see this table. This table basically outlines the election years that Bitcoin was able to have in its lifetime, which one was in 2012, 2016, 2020, and 2024. What you will see is that every December of election years ended up in green. Then I went a step further and I said, okay, let's see the ROI of Bitcoin in election years and check if there is any similar patterns with previous election years. I have also the other election years in our Twitter, but the main point here is that 2020 and 2024 ROI, as you can see in this box, after the November election date, seems to be almost identical. You can see even the tops, the bottoms, and again the same thing. And usually in markets, there is because people, depending on the situation of the global economy, they follow similar patterns, and it's good for you to able to identify them and prepare in both scenarios, even if you are correct or if you are mistaken. The point is that you need to be prepared in both scenarios and do not be off guard when something similar happens. So now you will tell me, okay, why this drop happened. For me, I wanted to check any expected selling pressures. One was, of course, because Bitcoin supply, almost 96% of it was in profit. If we click here, you will see the interactive plot. And for example, today, 94.8% of the Bitcoin supply is in profit. And before the drop was almost 100% of the Bitcoin supply in profit. Therefore, people are incentivized to able to take some profits, right? Because in the end, people want to treat themselves maybe before Christmas or whatsoever. And therefore, you need to see if there is any selling pressure on the table. Also, when you are a hedge fund or a family office, you want to also take some profits because you need to get paid because most of them, they get paid when they have profits and they take their usual 20% cut from the profits. And therefore, as the year is closing, these people will take some profits off the table. I wasn't expecting any selling pressure for tax purposes because in many countries, when you are in a loss, you will be able to exit your position in a loss, and that will be tax deductible. But as you will see, there was no point to expect this drop because in the end, there was not any losses actually for people to use for tax purposes. As I said, this pattern helped me a lot to understand where the market is going. But now the most important thing was not that drop, it's actually what happens after that. So you will see that between, in my opinion, 11 plus or minus 2 days, I will expect the market to start going up. So already now we are at 10th. So let's say between 11 and 13th of December, I will not be surprised to start seeing the market going to new highs. And as a result, I got prepared for that as well. Now, you will be wondering if I'm accumulating BTC or altcoins. And basically, I know that Bitcoin has really high probability, in my opinion, to reach values between 180 to 100K by year's end in 2025, I mean. But because I already have my position in Bitcoin and that 80 to 100% gain, I think will be outshined for altcoins. Because usually we have a period which altcoins outperform Bitcoin. If we click on the altcoin season index, when the red line is above the purple line, you will see that altcoins significantly outperform Bitcoin. And there is where you see, I think, on the social media, these 5, 10, 20x gains and even more. And therefore, because I think 2025 is a period which there is a period in which altcoins are going to outperform Bitcoin. I think that is going to be in the Q1 of 2025. And I explained the reasons here and the reasons here. And let's have a look. One is monetary policy shifts. Central banks worldwide are expected to further reduce interest rates, freeing up capital for retail people as mortgage loans. Basically, payments are going to be reduced. So imagine you have your mortgage, you're paying 2K per month. When interest rates are going to drop and are keep dropping, there is a capital which are going to be released from you and be able to allocate to your favorite asset. Because a lot of people are going to think that Bitcoin train, let's say, is already gone and Bitcoin is expensive, they're going to look for lower market cap coins. And there is a period which it's called FOMO, where the retail are coming in. They're trying to find altcoins which they're trying to make the maximum um, the maximum reward that they can make. But of course, these positions are very risky, and that is why you need to be prepared and have ways to monitor your risk. Because when the frenzy comes, you will have videos online, influencers saying that everything is going to the moon, but I can guarantee you that 95% of that coins are going to zero. Therefore, I understand that you want to make that gains, but you need to have strategies to protect yourself. And also because we're going to have increased global liquidity, central banks around the world are expected to inject capital into the market with various ways to help the economy grow. So when I wrote the article, we had the altcoin season index go above the purple line, signaling that we have entered the altcoin season. We have stayed there for a couple of days, and now we have dropped because of the market drop. And as you will see on our Twitter, for example, let me go to our Twitter so you will see what I mean. Basically, I said to people to be cautious and wait for confirmation for the altcoin season to go heavily on altcoins if you want to go. And here is the post, which I saw and I showed to people that we had a similar situation in January 22, 2024, which we have briefly went above the purple line and then we have dropped. So that is why you need to be cautious. And if you want to enter your favorite altcoin, it's better to do it in DCA method. So if you want to allocate, but be prepared for potential drops and have a plan based on your risk tolerance. That is why, for example, in the platform, you will see we have our price vs risk model, which you can monitor the risk for various assets and be able to exit and enter when you feel that the market is risky. For example, you see here we had Algorand going to high risk values. Also, you can see Bitcoin, it went to really high values between 76 to 78% when Bitcoin price was at 99K. Then we saw the risk cooling off, and now we are at values at 46. So that shows you that now Bitcoin was cooling off and it was preparing for an upside when that upside was going to happen. Because in the end, no one can time the market, but at least you will know where it's going and you'll be able to prepare yourself in these scenarios. And that is why Also, it's important for you to protect yourself when you have situations like FTX, which, for example, we were able to warn people that something was wrong. And that is why we left FTX in the platform for educational purposes. So you will know that it's good for you to have tools which they use on chain and off chain data daily to give you a risk metric, because this risk metric is updated daily. So we take all the information from on chain data and off chain, and we give you a value between 0 to 100%. When that value is close to 100%, for example, it's a good time for you to prepare an exit plan. And when the risk is low, for example, start preparing a strategy to enter. So, for example, you will see when the price of Bitcoin was 73K, we saw that the market was extended, the risk was at 81%. And then, for example, when Bitcoin price was at 60K, the risk was only 24%. And of course, you know what happened after that. Bitcoin went all the way up to 98, 99K. And then again, now it's cooling off. And as also risk is cooling off, at least you have an indication where the market is going. For me, there is no doubt that the crypto market in 2025 will go to valuations of 10 to 11 trillion. Therefore, we have a lot of upside in 2025, but it's good for you to have a strategy. Do not gamble your portfolio. Have tools to know when we have entered FOMO levels, when there is a high chance for your asset to go even higher, and not just blindly take anyone's and even mine ideas about the future of the market. See the data and understand what whales are doing, so you will be able to prepare your next move. And this is crucial for you to monitor, because I think 2025 will be one of the best, even not the best, bull run that we had for years. I hope you like the video. I hope you like my thought process, how I navigate the market. And do not forget, you can get access to all these tools that we have prepared for you, all these models that we have a detailed video explanation below, so you will understand, so you will be able to understand what you are seeing, and also description if you want really quickly to understand how you can use all these graphs. Until next time,